This is Vandalia Health Montalk, a weekly program focusing on the dedicated physicians, nurses, and staff at Vandalia Health, the region's premier community hospital system. People with skillful hands and bright minds using state-of-the-art technology. At Vandalia Health, we don't just practice medicine, we care for people like family. Once again, welcome to this edition of Vandalia Health Montalk.
And good morning. Welcome to the show on this Monday. I'm Kyle Wiggs. We have two guests. One is with us in the studio, Donna Talerico, Deputy Superintendent of Monongalia County Schools. And good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. I'm so glad to be here.
We have on the phone Katie Vicino. She is Chief Human Resources Officer with Mon and Davis Health Systems with the Vandalia Northern Region. And Katie, good morning to you. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Katie, I believe this is the first time you've been on this show. So tell us a little something about yourself, where you're from, and what led you to where you are right now with the Davis Health Systems and Vandalia Health.
Absolutely. So I'm from Seattle, so I'm a West Virginia transplant, but West Virginia has been home for me for the past 6 years and actually came to West Virginia because of this job. I was very attracted to not only the role, but Vandalia is in a growth phase right now. Mon Health, Davis Health, and CAMC merged to form Vandalia about 3-ish years ago. And so it's in a very fast-paced, driven, community-focused healthcare. So one of the things I love about Vandalia is it's very mission-driven. We're all about personalized care and bringing care close to home and being able to serve our communities.
Did you celebrate the recent Seahawks Super Bowl victory?
I was very proud to see them win, yes.
Yeah, second Super Bowl championship for the Seahawks. Let's talk about this partnership here, and we'll start with you, Donna. How did this come together, Mon Health Systems, Vandalia Health, with the local school systems as you try to build a partnership and help with the quality of life right here in Monongalia County?
Well, first, good morning, Katie. I'm glad to share the microphone with you this morning and talk about the interdependence of our educational system and certainly the hospital system. It is critical for any economy to have a strong school system and a strong healthcare system. Just like yourself, relocating here, you did such for a position, a job. That's what others do. And what questions they ask are, how are the roads? How's the broadband? But most importantly, how's the hospital care? How is the school system? So it is so essential that all of these interconnect to have a healthy economy. And Monongalia County Schools simply is about developing the human capital for the workforce. And Mon Health, Vandalia Health has been a big part of this community for years and years and years. So I know I can talk about some of the partnerships that have evolved through our school systems. We have very active partnerships through the Mon Technical Center with Mon Health. We have the Evening Explorers. We have other opportunities where there are apprenticeships or internships. I know of one with the OBGYN right now, and I also know that there are others that shadow during the day, after hours. So we could go on and on about that.
Yeah, well, why don't you pick up on that, Katie, in terms of what is available inside the system, the healthcare system, in terms of students learning hands-on and students being a part of things.
Absolutely. So one thing I always like to say from a recruiting standpoint that not a lot of people realize is that hospitals are really like miniature cities. So people tend to think of, you have nurses and doctors, but we have roles available for everything from finance to security, dietitians, highly technical roles in IT, radiation techs, imaging, just a wide variety. So a big partnership that we have with the schools is helping to expose kids to all of the different career paths that exist in healthcare. So we start fairly young, even in middle school, to give them that career exposure. And so one program in particular that's very close to my heart is what Donna mentioned is the Medical Explorer program. And that's a partnership we have as well through the Boy Scouts of America, now Scouting America. And I was a medical explorer when I was a kid. So in middle school and high school, it was a big part of my life. It's what led me to a career in healthcare, even though I'm more on the HR administration side. It's just a really great way to get hands-on experience. So we bring kids in, we do different focused activities once a month, and they spend a day in the life of a lab assistant, of someone in MRI, in nursing, or in the emergency room, and really get to witness what it's like, play with the different equipment, and just get the exposure not only from what does it look like as far as a day in the life, but then what is the pathway to get there. So part of that education, too, is being able to share out what sort of schooling do you need if you want to pursue this career path, and then how would you go about getting a job once you graduate that program. So we do a number of activities through the Exploring program, and then job shadowing is always a big one as well. We really want to make sure that students not only have the opportunity to learn what they think they might want to do, but it's also just as important to know maybe what they don't want to do. So we want to give that exposure early on to really help shape what they might end up doing in the future as they continue on their education past the public schools and into college.
And Donna, as you mentioned, here in Monongalia County, you've got two of the larger high schools in the entire state, and Clay Battelle, and of course down in the other portions of the state where there are Vandalia Health facilities, there are vibrant high schools and community-based, school districts as well. So as you've talked many times, not every student is meant to go to college. The MTech programs provide medical technician programs to go along with the students that pursue medical degrees in college.
Well, that is what's so wonderful about the Monongalia County school system. We really are a greenhouse where we are contributing all levels of workforce individuals because, again, as I just heard Katie say, there's a lot of opportunity in the medical field, but it's not just strictly healthcare. We are developing students that can do broadcasting classes. We are developing students that have the Microsoft credential package, the business track, the areas where students might work in the industrial section of the hospital. Again, there are so many opportunities at the hospital and in other businesses, for that matter, in Monongalia County schools. We are training students through the high schools with things like basic first aid, CPR, AP biology, human anatomy. There are numerous healthcare opportunities for students to explore. And then again, as I just heard, the internships, the apprenticeships, the shadowing after hours that we do with Mon Health, those are all parts and pieces of how this school system can provide the baseline for our students to then see what doors are open to them as they leave the school system. Right now, one of the fun things, if you're watching the Olympics, which I think most people are, droning is a spectacular part of the Olympics. And we offer classes in droning from elementary, middle, and high school. So every one of those phenomenal shots that you see is a 3-team drone team that is taking those fabulous photos for the Olympics. So that's a part of it as well.
And Katie, the other part, we talked about the opportunities for students to get involved in terms of internship programs and the Explorer programs, but you're also a recruiter. So do you see this area being a vital place where we're turning out young adults that are ready to work in all aspects of the healthcare industry?
Oh, absolutely. I think healthcare in particular is very fast-paced, it's technology-driven, and collaborative. So we really rely on our local schools to help students who are, we view as our future employees build up that competence. So it's having the strong foundations and everything from math and science and technology and literacy. That's going to be successful no matter which workplace they go into. Ideally, it'll be healthcare since that's such a growing industry. But it's not just those skills. It's really the soft skills as well. Because what we do in healthcare, too, is very much built around our values. Healthcare requires a lot of integrity and compassion and accountability, and that's huge, whether it's in how you treat patients or how you treat your coworkers. And so the schools are really a crucial part of that in helping students learn how to collaborate. Healthcare we always refer to as a team sport. You have to be able to have positive working relationships across diverse groups of people, those conflict resolution skills, and really be able to be resilient and pivot when things don't go as planned, which can often happen in the healthcare industry. So really having that good partnership helps prepare students for what their next steps are as they enter the job market.
We are visiting with Katie Vicino, Chief Human Resources Officer, Mon and Davis Health Systems, Vandalia Health Northern Region, and also with Donna Talerico, Deputy Superintendent with Monongalia County Schools, talking about the partnership and the fact that Mon County Schools, as Katie has pointed out, is turning out people, students, graduates ready to become young professionals in the healthcare industry. We'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. We're back right after this on WAJR.
Vandalia Health Mon Medical Center is the only hospital in West Virginia recognized with the 2026 Health Grades Outpatient Prostate Care Award and ranked in the top 10% of the nation for outpatient prostate care. With precise diagnostics and minimally invasive procedures, we focus on your comfort, faster healing, and clear next steps. Vandalia Health Mon Medical Center. Trusted experts, nationally recognized care. Learn more at monhealth.com/urology.
Now back to Vandalia Health Mon Talk, a discussion of the issues, people, and procedures in healthcare today. If you have a question for one of our healthcare guests, call now at 304-296-0041.
We are back on the program. Katie Vicino, Chief Human Resources Officer, Mon and Davis Health Systems, and Vandalia Health Northern Region. Also, Donna Talerico, Deputy Superintendent of Monongalia County Schools. And Donna, I know that Katie brought up a point there before we took that last break about students not only being educated, but they're also being educated to be good people. Those soft skills are very important, and there's a very big emphasis on that in Monongalia County Schools.
That is exactly right, and I loved hearing Katie name those soft skills as just as critical as the academic background that we provide for our students. So growing good humans really is our mission. And to do that, those soft skills like resilience, motivation, self-awareness, certainly being curious, having that curiosity to grow and learn, and then also the ability to look at systems thinking. In a hospital organization, just like in the school system, being able to see the system and how it is all integrated, that's really essential to the success of any individual as they develop and grow.
Katie, what skills are employers, healthcare employers, looking for? What's the future? What are you looking for in our young students and our young people as they enter the workforce?
I think the number one skill that we are looking for is critical thinking. And that is going to be a skill that would benefit a student, again, no matter which field that they go into. But it's how to problem solve, how to navigate when the answer isn't immediately known, and about being able to use your research skills, the tools that you have available to get to an answer. And that's something that is very much key in healthcare because sometimes you just never know what's coming through the door. Again, whether it's you're working in IT, whether you're working in HR or inpatient care. And so it's just about being able to figure out what do you do next with the information you have available to you and making those skilled decisions. And next, right after critical thinking, I would say that we've kind of touched on, but the teamwork and the relationships and ability to collaborate, because you have to be able to work as a team to take care of our patients, take care of each other, And it's something where not one person can do a job in healthcare. We have such a big interreliance on the system as a whole. And so really being able to build those good relationships and then be able to draw from them, again, as you're getting to those critical thinking skills and getting to know your resources, because quite often those are other people and drawing from their subject matter expertise.
Mm-hmm. And can you give us an example or two about how you have utilized students that have come through the school system here and maybe through the university system that have gotten careers started with your facility and kind of helped it grow?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the benefits, too, of pursuing a career in healthcare is that many, many hospitals, Vandalia Health is a big believer in this as well, hires new graduates. So I think right now a lot of problems that students are facing coming out of whether it's high school or college is they start that job search and they see in the ad posting you need X number of years of experience. And it's kind of that catch-22 of, well, how do I get the job to get the experience to then get that job, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we are very proud of is we love to grow our own. So whether that's through doing nurse externships that then we hire as nurses straight out of school, we offer a number of different scholarship programs. But a lot of what we consider during the clinicals that students do during their school is kind of part of that interview process. So in a healthcare field, when they're doing training, whether it's the nursing program or respiratory therapy, part of that learning is doing hands-on clinical rotations at our healthcare facility. So that is giving them experience while they are in school. We also do paid internships. We have a number of different things that really opens those doors. But then when they graduate, they can walk into a job. And then that training does continue. So the training doesn't end when they graduate. It's still going to be as new graduates. We have preceptors here, so experienced staff that spend a dedicated amount of time making sure that this new student coming in as a paid employee is competent to do their job. They're learning, they're asking those questions until they get comfortable to be working independently. But it is something where we do hire straight out of school because we have such a robust clinical education program within our training and orientation here in healthcare. Mm-hmm. And so it's really having that partnership, knowing that we need to help funnel and grow our own in order to help provide the population that we need to take care of our community, because it is such a big demand here in West Virginia, and we're going to continue to need healthcare workers in all areas of healthcare.
And Donna, on your end of it, it's essential that the students realize that all of this is available, right?
Absolutely essential. The idea for Monongalia County Schools truly is, as we look forward to 2030 and beyond, is that we are looking beyond the walls of the school building. And that is, by the time our students are juniors and seniors, these opportunities outside of the classroom walls, these internships, the apprenticeships, the opportunity to be workers at the healthcare, because healthcare truly is one of the demands in West Virginia that will never go away. So the need for health care is so strong in any community, but as is the education system. So whether it is developing healthcare workers, whether it's developing students that can work in cybersecurity, whether they can go on and work in e-gaming, robotics, cameras, 3D printers, all of those technology features. But healthcare, and there are so many opportunities in the healthcare system. So we are very proud to prepare our students at all ends of the spectrum, whether it's to be prepared to go on and do a phlebotomy internship, whether it is to work as a central admissions person at the hospital, and certainly those certified nursing assistants. Those are all what we're forward thinking about to work with Mon and Vandalia Health.
Katie, we've got a couple minutes left in the program here for, there's no students listening, they're all in class, but for parents and maybe community leaders, business leaders that are listening, what is something you'd like them to know about the connection between the healthcare system, looking for workers, and the education system here in northern West Virginia?
I think the most important thing just as a takeaway, if you're a parent, is that by investing in schools, you're really investing in the future of healthcare and West Virginia. These are going to be the people that are going to be taking care of you and your loved ones as they age. And this is something, too, where I truly believe education is not just an individual investment. This is about our community infrastructure. So as Donna mentioned kind of in the beginning, just as people are interested in the roads support our commerce. Our workforce preparation is what's really supporting the economic vitality of West Virginia. Everything through the innovation of healthcare, our quality of life and healthcare outcomes. And that's the biggest thing that they can look into it as an investment in our community and each other.
Mm-hmm. And Donna, final minute here. Anything you'd like to add to that? I know there's another election coming up with the levy, and people in this area have supported the levy for decades. And this is one of the byproducts from that, the burgeoning education system here in Monongalia County.
Well, I just like everyone to know that it does truly take a community to have all of the things that we're talking about here today. A strong educational system supports the economy in Monongalia County schools, and I think that's what sets it apart from many of the other districts or other states, for that matter. And this partnership with the healthcare industry is one of the strongest that I see, and one of the biggest needs to keep people coming and living and thriving in Monongalia County.
Mm-hmm. Very well said. Well, ladies, good information today. We certainly appreciate it. Donna, good to see you again. Thanks for coming in. And Katie, good to talk to you. We appreciate your time and the good work you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Katie Vicino, the Chief Human Resources Officer, Monondavis Health Systems, Monongalia, or I should say Vandalia Health Northern Region, and Donna Talerico in studio with us, Deputy Superintendent, Monongalia County Schools. That's the show for this morning. Thanks for listening on WAJR.